Hello, my name is Lindsay and I'd like to take a few moments to walk through Group 2's project for this quarter, an application called ScreenTime. Today, everyone and everything is connected. So much so that not only is it an expectation, but is also a need for many to constantly stay in tune with many different social groups. Researchers Lee Rainey and Barry Wellman call this phenomenon networked individualism. As a result, being this attached to technology may pose several challenges. By spending so much time with technology, people may actually be devaluing their relationships and reducing their ability to achieve their goals. This project focused on providing people with an opportunity to understand the relationship between phone usage and productivity in order to improve their lifestyles. While other apps provide device usage data, our app goes one step further by adding relevancy, by helping people better understand their device usage habits and how to alter their behavior to focus more on achieving their goals towards a more balanced lifestyle. To better understand our users' needs, we conducted several evaluations and interviews. First, we conducted a competitive evaluation to better understand what already exists in the market. Next, we completed a brief literature review to further explain the problem space to make sure all of our bases were covered. Third, we conducted a week-long diary and interview study using a competitor app to gather users' impressions regarding a competitor and to identify the type of data users would or would not want to be tracked. At this point, we were able to put pen to paper and start sketching and prototyping our ideas for our mobile app, ScreenTime. Once the first draft of the prototype was ready, we utilized in-class experts to evaluate the prototype using a cognitive walkthrough approach. At the same time, we recruited and tested participants in person with an assessment test to inform recommendations for the next version of the app. Although we feel that all of our methods were interesting in their own way, we think that the diary and interview study we conducted was unique and provided us with the insight we needed to create a good design. The purpose of the study was to gather users' impressions regarding a competitor application called Moment and identify what type of data collection and presentation was most important. Moderators held an initial meeting with participants to explain the study and install the app. Participants were then asked to submit a diary entry once per day over the course of 7 days. After a week, we interviewed participants and logged data for analysis. Over the course of the project, the team spent a lot of time testing, analyzing, and engaging with users to make sure the application would be useful and allow users to be successful. These are just a few of the examples of the output from the team. As a result of our efforts, we received great feedback from users, competitors, third-party research, and other usability experts. During the competitive evaluation, we noticed that existing apps in the market focus on reporting the data and less on helping people improve their behaviors and focus on more balanced lifestyles. This finding helped us fill the gap in our own application and influenced where we decided to spend our time in our research. Second, participants told us that they really needed context when it came to viewing data about their phone usage. For example, several users mentioned they didn't really know if the time they spent on their phones was bad or not, since they couldn't compare their data to others. A majority of diary study participants spend at least 2 hours on their phone every day during the study, and many were surprised by this statistic. Also, the in-class experts noted that the language used in our app was unclear and missing at times. For example, experts noted gaps in the application where confirmation and notifications were missing, and terms like pickups and screen time were not intuitive. Lastly, the assessment test helped us understand that the prototype needed a few revisions to help users make the connection between using the goals features to help them spend less time with their phone and more time doing something else. From the diary study, several themes arose. First, some participants commented on how they were surprised by how high their phone usage was and typically viewed this to be a negative quality. For example, P3 mentioned, "I probably spent too much time on my phone." At the same time, other participants were not so surprised and were not discouraged by their screen time and felt it was warranted for many of the things they do on a daily basis. In addition, participants felt that the data was useful to know from an awareness perspective, but many of them were unsure how to change or modify their behavior. From the findings, we made several revisions within the prototype and have further research questions that we'd like to address. We added a tutorial section to introduce users to goal setting and improve the fidelity of the prototype after the initial round of studies. We would like to test the most recent prototype iterations and continue to study the types of data users are looking for to help them balance technology in their lives. We also like to assess the impacts of adding a tutorial and whether or not users can better understand the value of the goals feature and its relationship with phone usage. And now, Cam is going to walk us through the prototype.
Here we are on the home dashboard. This is where I can see my usage statistics for today, this week, and all of time. If we look on the bottom here, we have a menu bar with 4 other menu items, the first being the Other People item. This will take me to a page where I can see how other people are using their phones. I can see that there are 432 similar users out there, and they're averaging about 72 daily pickups and 3.5 hours of screen time each day. I can also see what my friends are up to. This area will help me maintain a perspective on my own phone usage. If we go over to the goals item here, this page will show me goals that I've entered previously, and ScreenTime will help me achieve those goals by letting me know how much I've been on my phone. Here is the usage limits page where I can select applications that I want to limit my daily usage for. Facebook, Twitter. I don't want to be on Facebook for more than 60 minutes a day. I don't want to be on Twitter for more than 45 minutes a day. I can save my usage limits here. If I head on over to history, I can see a list of days and usage statistics. But if I want to see more detail, I can select on one of these menu items here. So here is today. I woke up at 8 a.m. and I used my phone for 20 minutes. I can see a summary of the applications that I've used in that time frame. But if I want to see some more detail, I can select this, and I can clearly see I've used Facebook for 10 minutes, Twitter for 5 minutes, LinkedIn for 5 minutes. I can head back over to home when I'm done. And that is ScreenTime.